Hey guys, welcome to another Listen Closely. Today I want to talk to you all about how to forgive someone who has hurt you. Now, that can be a difficult thing to do for many people. All of us have gone through hurt in our lives. Some of us may have been hurt by a parent. We could have been hurt by a supervisor or a coworker. We can be, probably many of us have been hurt by friends. And of course, some of us have gone through hurt with a significant other. And the question becomes, once you've been hurt by somebody, especially a parent or a friend, or someone who you're married to or in a romantic relationship with, how do you forgive somebody when they've really hurt you? There comes to a point where we trust people and we put our faith in them, and once we are hurt by them, we can feel like we've been betrayed. It's like a backstab to ourselves because we allowed ourselves to be vulnerable and to trust other people. And we have all been taught, or at least we've probably all heard, that it's best to forgive somebody, especially if you're in any of the religious groups, Christianity, the teachings of Jesus. We hear that spoken of a lot, forgive your enemies. But how many of us can actually do that? Forgiveness is a very difficult thing. And it's very human for us to want to get that person back, to see them hurt because we were hurt. We were wronged. But the problem with forgiveness, or at least what our culture has when it comes to the problem of forgiveness, is people don't have the right idea of what forgiveness actually is. Most people think that if I forgive someone who has wronged me, then I am being weak, that I am basically saying that it's okay, or what they did to me is okay. And I'm here to tell you today that's not what forgiveness is about. That's not why you're forgiving someone. Forgiveness is a lot less about forgiving the other person. It's more about helping yourself to move on. There is a concept in counseling when somebody has been a victim of a crime or, an abuse, that a victim will confront their abuser in prison, or, usually it's in prison, and they talk to their attacker and they ask, why did you do this? And the victim will talk to their attacker for a reason. And the reason is they are trying to get closure on something. And many people walk away from that experience feeling a sense of closure. So what happens when you forgive somebody? Well, forgiving somebody, again, it's not about letting somebody off the hook. When somebody does you wrong, you shouldn't forget about it. You should remember what they did. That's part of the growth experience of the entire thing. You want to remember it because you want to learn from that experience. You always want to learn from your experiences. So forgiveness is not about forgiving and forgetting, but it's about moving on. Many of us in life, when we are dealing with a difficult situation. Think back to some time where you've been stressed. And when that stress finally goes away, when you resolve it, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. It's like you have a new freedom. You can take that deep breath. You literally are free of that stress, and you're setting yourself free. That's what forgiveness is all about. That's what, people like Jesus tried to teach people, was that forgiving those who have done you wrong, it's about setting yourself free. It's about moving forward with your life. And it's about letting go of the past. So how do you forgive somebody who's dealt you wrong? How do you forgive somebody who has hurt you so bad? Well, like everything, time heals all wounds. But the way you forgive somebody... Let's say you have a friend who betrayed you or did you wrong. How do you handle that situation? The way I do it is you have to take a deep breath and visualize. Picture that person standing in front of you. Picture their face. Picture exactly how they look and imagine them standing in front of you. Now, when you do this, the emotions of the past will probably rise up inside you. You'll probably you'll probably feel that anger and that hatred, that frustration, that stress. You'll feel it again. And you don't want to fight that off. You want to acknowledge it. And pretending that you're looking at that person, say to them, I forgive you. Take that deep breath. And as you exhale, say to that person, I forgive you. I forgive what you did to me. It's in the past. I don't understand why you completely did what you did. I look fondly on the good times that we had together. And I am confused as to where it all went wrong. And it hurt me terribly what you did to me. But I forgive you. I am releasing this hatred. I am releasing this anger. And I will no longer be held back by it anymore. And whatever I did in my life to hurt you, if I did anything to hurt you, I'm sorry. But it is time for me to release this hurt. So I am releasing the pain of the past and the hurts of the past. And I am moving on. And I am freeing myself from this pain. So I forgive you. And if you have to, Take another deep breath. Allow yourself to relax. And let it go. And eventually what will happen is that same feeling of a weight being lifted off your shoulder, you will feel that. You will feel that release. You'll feel that freedom. You're no longer holding on to that pain anymore, that hurt. It's how you free yourself from the terrible tragedies of your past. Forgiving people, it's for you. It's not as much for them. This is your life. And you have to live it the best you can. And you have to live it knowing you can't change the past. But too many people feel in life like they are defined by their past. You're not defined by your past. You're prepared by it. You're prepared moving forward. You don't live in the past. You move on from the past. And that's what forgiveness is all about. It's about letting go of the past and moving forward. And life has a funny way of working out. The people who have hurt you, you may become best friends with them again. You may get back in contact with them and your relationship dynamic might change. Or it may never. But you have to learn to forgive. It is a form of spiritual growth. And it's for your benefit. And your benefit alone. So I encourage everyone to practice this. Try. Think about someone who has hurt you in the past. And try those exercises. Try to let it go. Try to move forward and forgive. It's one of the greatest ways that you can set yourself free. And I myself didn't learn about this till I was in probably my very early 30s. But forgiveness, as Jesus said when he walked the earth, it's not weakness, it's strength. It's the strength to let go and to move forward. And when it comes to the people who have hurt you, place them in the hands of a higher power, whether you believe in spirit or God or Jesus or Buddha or whatever it is you believe in. Place that person in the hands of the divine. God will make things right. Spirit will make things right. They will right your wrongs in life, and they will deal with other people. But you have to look after yourself. And you have to take care of yourself and your mental health. And this is how you do it. This is one of the biggest ways that you can bring peace into your life, is to learn this concept of forgiveness. So, if anybody has any questions, like always, feel free to contact me. But try it out. Seriously, try out this method. It'll change your life, I promise. You know, it takes some mental discipline and a little bit of reprogramming your mind, but if you can do it, you'll be in a better place. I promise. I promise you'll be in a better place for it. Alright guys, until next time.